You're scrolling your phone, sipping coffee, maybe sitting in traffic. Then everything stops. The lights die. Your car stalls. Planes drop from the sky. Somewhere far off, a mushroom cloud blooms on the horizon. You think, this can't be real. But it is. In 2025, nuclear war isn't a Cold War ghost. It's a real modern threat. Faster missiles, smarter warheads, fragile diplomacy. And just one mistake away from the end of civilization. This is what happens when that mistake is made. In nuclear war, every minute matters. But before the missiles launch, the information war begins. If you're watching this video, you're already in the danger zone, where governments, corporations, and even your internet provider are watching everything you do. That's why I use NordVPN. It's not just a VPN, it's a digital bunker. It encrypts your data, hides your location, and gives you access to the uncensored internet, even in countries that block it. Don't wait until it's too late. Click the link in the description and stay protected while you still can. It doesn't begin with nukes. It begins with a spark. Tensions boil over. A Chinese blockade of Taiwan. Russian troops cross into the Baltics. North Korea launches a missile that strays into Japanese territory. Panic, confusion, scrambled communication. And then, a false radar warning. Or maybe it's real. Military leaders have to decide, launch now or risk losing everything. The U.S. initiates launch on warning. The U.S. nuclear triad activates. 400 Minuteman III ICBMs erupt from hardened silos across the Midwest. Each can carry up to 3 warheads, though most are armed with a single W-87 or W-78 warhead. 14 Ohio-class submarines, each capable of launching 20 Trident II D5 SLBMs, release their payloads from underwater bastions in the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. These missiles can carry up to 14 independently targetable warheads. B-2 stealth bombers and B-52 Stratofortresses take off from bases like Whiteman Air Force Base and Barksdale Air Force Base. They carry a mix of gravity bombs, B-61 and B-83, and air-launched cruise missiles, AGM-86Bs. Targets include Russian and Chinese missile silos, radar sites, mobile ICBM launch zones, submarine pens, and command bunkers. The logic? Eliminate their ability to strike back. But it's already too late. In response, Russia unleashes its full arsenal. RS-28 Sarmat, or Satan II ICBMs, launch from silos across Siberia. Each missile carries up to 15 MIRVs with yields of 750 kilotons to 1 megaton. Bore-class submarines, each with 16 Bulava SLBMs, fire from patrol zones in the Arctic and Pacific. Avangard hypersonic glide vehicles, capable of Mach 20 speeds and maneuvering flight paths, descend on U.S. missile defense bunkers and continuity of government sites. Air-launched cruise missiles like the KH-102 and ship-based Calibers swarm toward NATO capitals. Russia activates its perimeter system, a last-resort automated retaliatory network. Even if Moscow is obliterated, the remaining nuclear forces will launch. China, hit by American warheads, retaliates. DF-41 ICBMs, with range over 12,000 kilometers and up to 10 MIRVs each, launch from deep inland silos and mobile launchers. JL-3 SLBMs streak from Type 094A and newer Type 096 submarines hidden in the Western Pacific. DF-17 and DF-27 hypersonic missiles target Guam, Hawaii, and carrier strike groups. Chinese targets include U.S. bases in the Pacific, Andersen Air Force Base and Yokosuka Naval Base, missile fields in Montana and North Dakota, and tech hubs like Silicon Valley. The conflict spreads like wildfire. India and Pakistan exchange tactical nukes. Delhi, Islamabad, Lahore, and Mumbai vanish in flames. North Korea fires Hwasong 17S and KN-23 short-range missiles towards Seoul, Tokyo, and possibly California. Some reach targets, others are intercepted. Israel, under threat from Iranian missiles and Hezbollah attacks, launches Jericho-3 missiles and Popeye turbo cruise missiles from Dolphin-class submarines. Cities from Tehran to Tel Aviv, Seoul to Karachi are incinerated. The first warheads strike. Washington, D.C. is turned into a crater. The White House, Pentagon, gone. Moscow is obliterated. Berlin, London, Paris, reduced to fire and ash. New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, erased from the map. Hundreds of thousands die instantly. Millions more burn, suffocate, or are crushed in collapsing buildings. "44 ground-based interceptors at Fort Greely and Vandenberg Air Force Base target incoming ICBMs. THAAD and Aegis systems fire in defense of NATO and East Asian allies. Patriot batteries surround critical command centers and air bases. They stop some, but it's a numbers game. Hypersonics slip through. MIRVs release decoys. 1,500-plus warheads still get through, many with 500 to 800 kiloton yields. Entire cities become furnaces. Temperatures reach 1,500 degrees Celsius. Firestorms create hurricane-force winds, pulling oxygen from the air. Skyscrapers become torches. Entire neighborhoods vanish. Clouds of radioactive dust rise into the atmosphere. Fallout spreads via the jet stream. The American Midwest is blanketed in ash. Central Europe glows with residual radiation. East Asia's breadbasket turns toxic. Even untouched nations face agricultural and health disasters. In 60 minutes, over 2,000 nuclear weapons have detonated. Between 1 and 2 billion people are dead or dying. 90% of global industry is destroyed. Major governments no longer function. Medical systems are obliterated. The internet is gone. Power grids are shattered. The survivors? Trapped in bunkers, subway tunnels, or mountain caves. Battling radiation sickness, starvation, and psychological trauma. Waiting, not for rescue, but for the slow death that follows. Nuclear war is not just possible. It's one chain reaction away. One error, one miscalculation is all it takes. If nuclear war begins, there is no winner, only ash, silence, and regret. The clock is ticking.